this is our annual rodeo competition. They call it the Jamboree. And it's a competition where our members compete in their various areas of departments to show who has the best at what they do as far as job performance wise. After they compete at this level, then they go to a national level competing against other transit systems, and then that gives them bragging rights on who has the best workers in whatever of the transit system. The reason why we're forming today the ATU 308, the union, is because we don't want to give CTA that bragging right on our memberships back when we don't have a contract now. It's been 20 months now that we've been looking for a good contract, and we don't have that contract. So we don't feel that since we don't have a contract, they shouldn't have the rights to brag on members who they are suppressing.
It's a great negotiation strategy, and the American Federation of Government Employees affirms their right to collective bargaining. We're here to support you.
And we thank you.
All right.
I'm out here supporting ATU 308, my labor education center. We've worked with ATU 308 as well as ATU 241 in their fights for a fair contract. We support their membership in, showing their strength, pushing for their right for a dignified workplace, and we're here to support them because we see the CTA is stalling and doing everything they can to really oppress these workers from what they deserve. So we're here to support them. From my understanding, as an ally to this event, is the membership is here. Membership who are involved, activists with the union, are here to make a stand at this event where the management has this event that they try to have workers compete, show their best, show their skills at their job, prove their job performance, and get some little trinkets. So the folks out here are calling it out to, like, we don't need trinkets, we need a fair contract. We don't need games, we need real contract.
I agree. It could be a monthly thing. It should be a monthly thing.
You've got to be at the negotiating table, and you've got to be working on this kind of stuff.
Because we have to hold them true to the fact that we are their employee, and it's their job to make sure that our safety and cleanliness is at its all-time high for us to be able to even work in those areas.
Yeah, so how is it? I've heard like the bus drivers, they're having a hard time like finding a place to even use the washroom.
Yes, the bus drivers are using porta potties at some area locations and forest preserves, which are unsafe, for women as well as men, you know what I'm saying? But the majority of our complaints is the fact that they don't have a place to go. Sometimes they have to go in restaurants. In those areas, if the restaurants are closed, then what do they do? We hear that some of them use Depends, during their whole shift. That's just a disgrace to humanity, wise. And then as far as the transit workers ourselves, we're out here, most of us are working 12-hour shifts, getting paid 8 hours for a whole 12-hour day.
Well, how can that happen?
Because they have what's called a split shift, and it can go from 3 to 5 hours. You heard me, 5 hours. You can work a whole nother part-time job with that. But some of our members live so far away, they can't go home, so sometimes they're stuck there. But then they talk about the fatigue situation. If you're out here 12 hours a day, 12 physical hours a day, and then you have to go home and try to come back to work, where does that give your body the resting time? You see what I'm saying? So that's one of the issues. The other issues is the crime that has escalated drastically on the transit system.
And buses?
Yeah, and the buses. So we have to play police officers. Then we have the mental situation, and it's not their fault. They closed all of these mental institutions. These people have no place to go for medication or even counseling at that point. So then we have to deal with that on a day-to-day basis.
Because they're just riding the trains and the buses
instead of being at home. It started being staying at home. Yeah, so we have all of that.
And I heard something too, like you've got like a two-tiered system of part-timers that are working a lot of the positions here at CTA?
Correct. Approximately 700 plus part-timers were hired in the two-tier system, and they start off at low wages. That's almost double less than what the regular workers work, and then they're capped off at really low wages, and we've never had that in our system. The progression pay is what it is, and it goes to top pay. And here we find our job very valuable to us, career orientated. We have a big turnover rate with that two-tier system. It's affecting the pension plan and things of that nature. But not only that, these people that are coming to this job that we so take pride in are coming because they're looking for a career. You see what I'm saying? And when you hold them, their benefits and their wages and things of that nature, and then not to mention the whole disparity treatment that's going on around, they're leaving. They are leaving. And this is a job where we always considered it to be a long-term job. I think us, the post office, and a couple of more jobs are the only jobs that you could come with a high school diploma and work and have, you know, pension and a long-term goal at the end.
And a living wage. And
living wages.
So the union wants to get up there and negotiate these things, so for better working conditions and benefits for everyone.
Correct. Correct. Even with our mechanic guys and the janitor, the mechanic guys are the most vital part to this system too, because they're the ones that repair the trains. But they're working, their pay wage is way lower than nationally than other mechanic workers. You know, we take pride in these guys because if it's not for them, our trains won't move, our buses won't move. So the disparity treatment is very great in those departments as well.
I'm really distressed to hear that the collective bargaining system has broken down. It sounds like ATU has some great ideas to talk to the management about, and the management isn't listening at all. That's why I'm here to support your efforts. I think you have the right to collectively bargain and have safe working conditions, to be able to have a career here for everyone, to make sure that employees can go to the washroom safely. I mean, these are some basic worker rights.
Correct.
And we need to be out here protecting them, and you know, I'm here to lend my support and walk the walk with you and applaud you at the rally. And who should I be calling about this?
Dover Carter called Rahm Emanuel. Put the pressure on these aldermen also. We have 2 aldermen that are in the transit system as commissioners, and they haven't reached out to us. We need the backing of these individuals because our riders, along with our employees, are their voters.
What about residents of Skokie? Who should we be contacting? You've got the CTA up here.
Yes, you do. You have the CTA up here, and also you can contact your commissioners and your elected officials also, and tell them to put the pressure on them. You know, it's bad that because we moved Chicago and the surrounding areas that no one is coming and no one is yelling for us. But we're out here morning, noon, day and night away from our families because we're committed to what we do as workers.
Well, I think this is really an exciting event. I'm glad you're boycotting this rodeo. I really understand what's going on. And Deborah, thanks for bringing me up to speed on things.
Yes, and I want to thank our workers who stood up to the boycott and they didn't come out here. And for the ones who did, we're not reprimanding them. We're just trying to get them to fully understand the bigger picture. You have to stand up and fight.
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
I am from the Fight for 15 campaign. We're here supporting ATU Local 308 in their contract fight because the Fight for 15 understands the importance of exercising your union rights. That's what we're fighting for, $15 an hour in the union. And just yesterday, Governor Rauner vetoed $15 minimum wage for Illinois. So our mission is now to veto Rauner 2018. That's why ATU and Fight for 15 will be out on Labor Day, September 4th, in front of the Thompson Center at 9 a.m. to bring attention to the hardships that Governor Rauner has done to our families and to uplift the union fights and unions throughout the city.
And we believe that we had a great impact on boycotting this rodeo. Only 21 members actually participated in this rodeo competition. Some of our members that were in it, they dropped out once they found out that we were boycotting, which I root for them too. It's just a strong sense of solidarity, you know. So, you know, you say we're at the negotiation table, you tell us you don't have money, but yet you're spending money on things like this. You know, you're spending money on things like this, but you don't have any money. But then you want to promote our members, the ones that you're holding hell-bound in this contract, to represent you as a transit system that you don't even recognize us as good hard workers. Because if you did, at the negotiation table, you would show it, and it wouldn't take 20 months to show us how much we appreciate it. My father always told me this: you go where you're appreciated, not where you're tolerated. We don't want to feel like we're being tolerated in a company that we came to work for and we're giving our hearts to. We want a fair contract, and we want it now.